Hey everyone, it's Maximilian, and we are going to Vermilion City this time, but first we're going to stock up on some items over here at the Pokemart. There's really not a whole lot going on in this episode, considering that we've had quite a bit of glitchy goodness going on in the past few parts of this playthrough. So now we're getting a little less involved in the aspects of the game which are hacks and such, and more into the actual playthrough. So right now I'm just going to go down through the underground passageway into Vermilion City and just battle all the trainers around there. So there's really not much going on here. I'm just going to try and level grind the Mew and everyone else of the party to an even level. And then my next goal will be eventually to evolve Pidgey into Pidgeotto. Because it's really close, and it makes a huge difference as far as stats are concerned. So that's what we're going to work on right here. Now, I kind of been having the little comment thing with the Elite Four going on for quite a few episodes now. If you'd like to comment here again, feel free to do it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reserve those comments for every time I fight a gym leader. At least that way it's a sporadic event. We don't have too many of them, so they don't just cluster together. And then at least that way it gives people who haven't been to my channel yet or see my videos to catch up, and also to voice a new opinion. But right now it seems like there's a couple that are standing out. It's like that are probably going to be obvious includes. Namely Dragonite. Dragonite is by far the most popular one that's been suggested so far. So it looks like I'm going to have to get a Dratini once I hit up the Safari Zone. Or if I happen to find one with a Mew hack, although probably not going to happen. I'm going to try to Mew hack as much as I can, or at least just to experiment a little bit, see if I find anything. But I probably won't be posting it unless I find something rather unusual. But yeah, I'm going to try and, if I deliberately skip over a bunch of trainers, it's because I'm leaving them for getting the Pokemon for the catch-em-all part of the playthrough. Because you do need to fight a trainer for the Mew glitch to work if you're manipulating it with a Ditto. You can't just fight a wild Pokemon, it doesn't exactly work like that. So I'm probably going to leave most of the trainers that are off to the east of Vermilion City alone, and I'll just fight them later. But for now, I'm just going to plow my way through on the way down. And let's see, the party's actually looking fairly balanced right now, and it should be close to being balanced in the by the end of the episode. Obviously, Pikachu is still a higher level than everyone else because we focused on him primarily a lot for the last battle. But we should be leveling out fairly easily in this one. And I may or may not be getting a new Pokemon to fight Lieutenant Surge with. If you do happen to get a Dugtrio in the cave, it makes it a lot easier. But I think with the current Pokemon I have, I should be able to do it without much of a problem. But yeah, it's as per usual. Late at night, so I'm tired, and I'm not exactly sure what I'd want to talk about here. Excuse me. But, actually, a friend of mine, Mercadurka, informed me a few days ago that he got his Machinima contract, and I think that's awesome. That's really cool to see one of your friends succeed when they just put themselves to something, because I remember when he started his channel in early March of this year, so not even 6 months ago, he started this up. Probably actually not even 5 months ago, and already he's got over 20,000 people subscribed to him, and Machinima now contracting him, which is amazing. I really did not expect for his channel to take off that much. I mean, I figured he could get a couple thousand out of it, but he's really worked hard at it, and he's done everything he can to get his name out there and to make friends among the community. And he's just done an amazing job with that. So I just want to give him some props there, because he's worked his butt off for that Machinima contract, and he deserves it. And if you haven't seen his gameplay, and I'm pretty sure you have seen his gameplay, because pretty much every single one of you, I'm sure, has come to me through Mercadurka. Oh yeah, check out his stuff. if you have to dig through his channel, see if you can find some of his older montages from when he was still recording in standard def before he got his HD PVR, because some of those are just absolutely disgusting. Like, some of the sniper shots that he gets in those episodes are enough to make you cream your pants. It's ridiculous. But yeah, congratulations, Mirka Durka. All the best for you with your machinima contract, and I hope that you continue to put out amazing videos and continue to grow your channel. I'll just sit here around 280 something subscribers or so and play Pokemon all day. I really don't mind that much. Like, I know a lot of people, when they get into this whole thing, will their primary goal is to just get as many subscribers as possible, and they feel like if they're not getting a ton of subscribers, then they're not being successful. And honestly, like, this thing isn't like, YouTube shouldn't be a contest. Like, this is just something to showcase your stuff. Like, this is just a hobby for me. I could really care less if I had like 12 subscribers or 12,000 subscribers. I really like the fact that I have subscribers, because it makes it all the more enjoyable when I have all of you giving me feedback on these videos and knowing that I'm bringing you something that you enjoy watching. It's very satisfying to me. But I do this because I enjoy doing it, and I'm really glad that you guys enjoy it too. And I'm grateful that you guys gave me the opportunity to post something to a fairly sizable community. So yeah. That's just my philosophy on YouTube. I really don't think it should be all about the subscribers. It should be about you enjoying yourself and having a good time with what you're doing. Because honestly, if you aren't enjoying it and your sole purpose of this is to just get a ton of subscribers, then really this is nothing more than a job that doesn't pay you. And honestly, it's too much work to just try and rake in subscribers day after day after day on your own. That's very difficult to do. But yeah, I'm going to plan on doing this for as long as I can. I'm going back to school very soon, so there may be a point of time where I don't post on a day. I'm going to try and keep this up as much as possible. However, like, don't, get up on my case if I go a day or two without posting a video, because sometimes, life happens. So I'm going to try to do my best, because I know you guys like watching these, and I know this isn't a whole lot of content to put out in one sitting, and a lot of you guys like to keep up with this at a quick pace, so I'm going to try to keep up with you. However, you have to keep in mind that I do have a life outside of this game, so I'm going to do my best. That much I can guarantee you. I hate Raticate. I'm just going to throw that out there. I absolutely hate Raticate. Hyper Fang is one of the most broken moves ever. It's way too overpowered. And I hate Raticate. Yeah, just my little tidbit on Pokemon I hate for this episode. Because I figure you're probably going to get at least a little bit of complaining from me every episode about this game. Whether it's a Zubat or a Raticate. Although we haven't seen Zubat in quite a while, which has been rather refreshing. I am glad to not see Zubat. Like, nothing makes me happier than knowing that I don't have to walk into a Zubat every 3 steps. So here I'm getting an Old Rod for the sake of getting an Old Rod, because really the only reason you would ever get an Old Rod is to get a Magikarp, but I already have one, so I don't need it. The thing is worthless. So I'm just going to dump it in the PC, where I dump all the rest of my stuff that I don't like, and leave it there to rot and continue to get older. I just kind of like getting any item I can in this game. Kind of like collecting, it's more for a completeness thing than anything. I'm going to battle a couple of trainers over here. I actually battled one by mistake. I realized that one of these trainers over here is it's possible to Mew glitch with, but you need to not have fought in the SSN yet, otherwise it's going to leave your game in a state where you can't access the menu permanently. So, slight problem, but yeah, that's the guy. And I just realized, oh crap, I could have Mew glitched with that guy. No big deal. I mean, I'm just going to leave that guy sitting up there by Cerulean for always and eternity, so it doesn't make much of a difference to me. But yeah, I'm just gonna fight him, kill a couple guys, and then I remembered I still have a lot of new glitching to do with the trainers, so I need to leave some trainers in this game, and I figured this is probably a good patch of, 5 or 6 at the very least to leave here. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to head on to the SSN and start going through the first couple of trainers there, because there's a ton of trainers on the SSN. So I figure we might as well at least break the ice. Gosh, I want that Magikarp to be a Gyarados so bad. It's one thing to level grind a Pokemon when you can actually use, but when you're level grinding a Paperweight for 15 levels, it's just, it gets tedious. I want to get it to be a Gyarados so I can actually fight with it, and I want to teach it Bubble Beam so bad, but it's like 3 levels short. And I don't want to pop my rare candy until he gets to level 19. I think I may just pop this rare candy on him. I think it's a worthwhile investment to save myself that time that I would normally be using to raise some other Pokemon. It's a freaking Magikarp, it'll be fine. Also while I'm here, I haven't done it yet, but remind me to get a Spearow. Because I figure if I'm going to do a catch-em-all part of this as well, I might as well grab some Pokemon that you can only get in certain areas along the way. It's not necessarily the Spearow that I'm after, it's the Farfetch'd that you need to trade for in Vermilion City. That's actually one of the 4 Pokemon that you can only trade for inside the game. The other 3 being Mr. Mime, Jynx, and Lickitung. The other 3 are kind of difficult to get. Obviously, Farfetch'd is the easiest. Mr. Mime is probably the second easiest. Jynx is probably the most difficult because you need to get a Poliwhirl, which requires you to fish for a Poliwag for one thing, and then you have to level grind it to a Poliwhirl. I can't exactly remember what you need to trade for Lickitung, but it was something peculiar. I'm not sure. But I went golfing earlier today. I'm not in my hometown right now. I'm actually on vacation in Arizona right now. And as weird as that sounds, I like the dry heat. I hate humidity so much. I've grown up with it all my life, being from the Midwest, and it's kind of refreshing in a paradoxical kind of way to get out in the dry heat. I just find it a lot more comfortable because you don't have that heat index getting way up there. You don't feel all sticky when you walk outside. That's just one of the things that annoys me most about the humidity, is that you walk outside and you feel like you just stepped into a sauna and you can't get out of it. It's horrible. But I did go golfing, and I don't know if any of you play golf or any sports like that, but most people kind of scoff at golf. It's like the game for old people, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's kind of true. I mean, it is largely the demographic of people who play golf are people over the age of 30. I mean, it's just a fact. But I find it to be a very peculiar game because constantly I find myself hating that game so much, whether it's my own inability or I just do something stupid. But at the same time, it's one of those games that you just can't get enough of. I love playing golf. I'm guessing it's just, I don't know, there's something about the experience that's just very different, and it feels great. It feels great when you hit the ball well. I'm pretty sure anything feels great when you're doing well. But yeah, golf is one of man's greatest paradoxes. It's the game that you love to hate, but you also love to love it. I don't know. Whatever. I just thought that was kind of peculiar. Oh, by the way, if you talk to this guy, and it doesn't actually go that quickly, I probably spent a good 2 minutes talking to him, so we cut that all out to save time. Alrighty, now we're going to continue with the rest of the SSN and hopefully get to Lieutenant Surge soon.